Imagine being hunted across a desert by an army that wants you dead, all because you saved the life of a man who was supposed to be your enemy. Most people would call that a death sentence, but for John Kinley and Ahmed, it was just the beginning of a debt that could only be paid in blood. The sun in Afghanistan doesn't just shine, it punishes. Master Sergeant John Kinley is a man who lives by the book, leading a specialized team tasked with hunting down Taliban explosives. But in a land where the dust hides 1,000 secrets, one wrong move is all it takes. During a routine checkpoint, a driver's nervous twitch turns into a nightmare. A massive explosion rips through the air, and just like that, Kinley loses his friends and his sense of security. He needs a new interpreter, but he doesn't just need someone who speaks the language. He needs someone who can read the shadows. Enter Ahmed. He's quiet, observant, and has a reputation for being difficult. But Kinley sees something in him, a steeliness that goes beyond a paycheck. As they head back into the wild west of the desert, Kinley realizes Ahmed isn't just translating words. He's translating survival. When a second translator tries to lead the team into a kill zone, Ahmed senses the trap before a single shot is fired. He stands his ground even when a gun is pressed against his commander's throat. It turns out Ahmed has a personal score to settle. The Taliban murdered his son, and now he's playing a very dangerous game of chess with the devil. But even the best players can run out of luck. The team tracks an IED factory deep into enemy territory, hoping for a quick hit and run. Instead, they stumble into a hornet's nest. The firefight is absolute chaos. Bullets shred the air, and one by one, Kinley's men fall until only he and Ahmed are left standing. They manage to scramble into a truck, but with the tires blown and the radio dead, they are effectively ghosts in a land that wants them buried. This is where the story shifts from a war movie to a test of human endurance. While trying to evade a massive Taliban search party, Kinley is hit. Hard. He's taking fire from every direction and ends up with multiple gunshot wounds to his leg, side, and shoulder. He's dying, and the nearest US base is over 100 miles of brutal mountainous terrain away. Most people would have left him. Most people would have saved themselves. But Ahmed decides he's carrying this man home, even if it kills them both. The imagery here is staggering. Ahmed finds a rickety wooden cart, loads a semi-conscious, screaming in pain Kinley onto it, and begins to push. Through freezing mountain nights and blistering days, through hidden mountain passes where every vulture in the sky feels like a Taliban scout. He trades his vehicle for medicine. He hides Kinley under blankets while staring down armed insurgents at checkpoints. And he never ever stops. It's a grueling, soul-crushing trek that redefines the word loyalty. When they finally reach the outskirts of safety, Ahmed is at his breaking point. Just as a Taliban patrol discovers the dying American in the cart, Ahmed fights like a man possessed, holding them off until US forces finally swoop in. Kinley is saved, flown back to the States, and returned to a quiet life in California. But as he sits in his backyard grilling food for his family, he realizes he left his soul in those mountains. He's home, but Ahmed, the man who carried him on his back, is now a hunted man in Afghanistan, abandoned by the very government that promised him a visa. Kinley tries to do it the right way. He spends weeks on the phone getting bounced from one bureaucratic office to another, begging for the visa he was promised for his friend. He hears the same excuse over and over. The paperwork is processing, but time is a luxury Ahmed doesn't have. The Taliban have put a massive bounty on his head, and he's currently living in holes in the ground with his wife and newborn baby, moving every night to stay one step ahead of the executioner's blade. Watching Kinley's descent into frustration is heartbreaking. He starts drinking, he loses sleep, and he realizes that if he wants to save the man who saved him, he has to stop asking for permission. He takes out a second mortgage on his house, hires a private security team, and decides to go back into the heart of the darkness alone. He enters Afghanistan under a fake name, knowing that if he's caught, the US military can't help him. He's a rogue element now. The tension reaches a fever pitch as Kinley hooks up with a local drug lord, who happens to be Ahmed's brother, to find the family's hiding spot. Every checkpoint is a heartbeat away from a massacre. When Kinley finally finds Ahmed, there are no long speeches. There's just a look of recognition between two men who've seen the end of the world together. But the Taliban aren't far behind. An informant has snapped a photo of Kinley, and now every insurgent in the province is converging on their position. The climax is a desperate, high-speed chase toward a massive dam, which is their only extraction point. Kinley, Ahmed, and the family are pinned down, out of ammo, and surrounded by dozens of enemy vehicles. It looks like the end. The camera lingers on the faces of these two men who fought so hard to find peace, only to be cornered at the finish line. Just as the Taliban prepare for the final blow, the sky itself seems to rip open. An AC-130 gunship, the Angel of Death, arrives, raining down hellfire on the attackers. It's a terrifying display of power that clears the path for a rescue helicopter. As they are lifted into the air, Kinley and Ahmed share a silent moment. No words are needed. The debt is settled. The covenant is fulfilled. But as the screen fades, we are left with a sobering reality. While the story ended in a rescue, thousands of other real-life interpreters were left behind when the military withdrew, many of whom faced a far grimmer fate. It makes you wonder, if you owed your life to someone the world told you to forget, how far would you go to bring them home? What do you think? Is loyalty to an individual more important than following the rules of a government? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.